We all strive to get or stay in shape. Some people hire personal trainers to help them get fired up. Well, in the digital world you can get one of those too. His name is Pulsemon, and he's going to make you work for it. Digimon is a slime-type Digimon born from human vital data. It's not obvious from his appearance, but if you lift his body, you can see that he's vibrating at a constant rhythm. The rhythm of his vibrations seems to reflect the speed of the heartbeat of the one who lifted him. When he senses danger, he emits static electricity from the tip of his horn to intimidate the enemy. Digimon evolves into Bibimon, a lesser Digimon who is restless and always moves around mischievously. However, since he's not yet used to using his limbs, it's common for him to lose his balance and roll while running. When it comes to battle, even though he's still a baby, he bravely faces off against his opponents with his minimal flash, a tackle that is covered in static electricity. Bibimon evolves into Pulsemon, a Digimon that evolved under the influence of heart rate waveform data stored in hospitals and gyms. He has a lively personality and treats everyone equally. His distinctive hair is linked to his emotions, and he becomes weak when he's not in high spirits. He is a tricky fighter who fights by moving around in a lightning-like pattern, making use of his natural speed. His special attacks are Alec Rush, where he slams into the enemy with all his might at lightning speed, and Petite Impulse, where he releases electricity generated inside his body from his hair. Many other Digimon have also been discovered that, like Pulsemon, improve their physical abilities and evolve under the influence of vital data of others. Pulsemon has one natural evolution line used in many media, but also more evolution lines themed after sports. In his natural evolution line, Pulsemon evolves into Bulkmon, a Digimon that evolved based on data from a body composition meter that measures muscle mass. With a belligerent personality, the power generated by the abnormally developed muscles in his upper body is among the best among adult Digimon. Despite his large size, he also has extremely high explosive power, overwhelming opponents with his spectacular power and speed. He is a hard worker who trains all the time, except when eating and sleeping. His special attack is Electrical Fist, which blows away opponents with a fist wrapped in electricity. If an opponent does not come close, he will respond with Thunder Dread, a lightning attack that releases the electrical energy stored in his horn. Bulkmon evolves into Boutmon, a Digimon that evolved from data on fighting sports such as karate. He has learned the rules of all fighting sports and is a polite sportsman who values fighting in the format that the opponent prefers. Boutmon uses a wide variety of techniques, but sometimes he uses non-existent techniques from not only sports but also fighting games. His special attacks are Lightning Heel, which strikes the opponent's head with a heel drop along with lightning, Wooden Blast, which fires a giant energy bullet from both held-out palms, and Storm of Blows, which hits the opponent with a series of kicks and punches without giving them a chance to counterattack. Boutmon evolves into Kazuchimon, an ultimate Digimon that has evolved by training his body and mind to the limit through unimaginable training. For Kazuchimon, fighting is something he dedicates everything to, and it is a sacred ritual that must never be tainted. He is a true warrior who is so absorbed in his work that he forgets to eat and sleep in order to continue refining his tactics and strategies, and once he enters a battle, he becomes a raging war god and displays the strength of 1,000 warriors. His special attacks are Dual Sword Stance Lightning, which cuts down the enemy with 2 swords of lightning held in 2 positions, and Chivalry Tenacity, which creates a barrier of lightning to force a one-on-one battle. He then finishes off his opponents with his ultimate technique, Divine Electricity Summoned Lightning, which fires a super high-density lightning bullet made from electrical energy compressed from the surrounding area. Kazuchimon can fuse with Fenri-Lugamon, and together they evolve into Fenri-Lugamon Takemi Kazuchi. The ornament around Fenri-Lugamon's neck, Gleipnir, is engraved with ancient magic, and it is said that when Fenri-Lugamon's Digicore is filled with strong feelings, the magic is activated and the feelings can be materialized. Fenri-Lugamon Takemi Kazuchi is the form that Kazuchimon attained by miraculously evolving through the effects of this magic. His special attack is the Deadly Slash Ultimate Battle Blade Takemi Kazuchi, which is unleashed by imbuing the large sword Takemi Kazuchi held in his mouth with the power of demonic flames and lightning. The large sword Takemi Kazuchi can also be split into 2 swords, and they can be wielded by holding them at either end of Gleipnir, which has turned into a thick rope. Gleipnir can be freely controlled by Fenri-Lugamon Takemi Kazuchi's will, and the technique unleashed by these 2 swords is called Ultimate Dancing Sword Takemi Kazuchi. This Digimon is a natural carrier of the X antibody and has the virus attribute. Takemikazuchi is a deity in Japanese mythology, considered to be a god of thunder and a sword god. Gleipnir is, in Norse mythology, the rope that binds the mighty wolf Fenrir. Fenrir was bound twice before, but both times he tore apart his chains. The gods then commissioned the dwarves to forge a new chain that would be impossible to break. The materials of the chains are the sound of a cat's footfall, the beard of women, the roots of mountains, the sinews of the bear, the breath of the fish, and the spittle of the birds. After the dwarves took these things to make the chain, they disappeared from the world. The Gleipnir rope is said to hold until Ragnarok, when Fenrir will finally break free and devour Odin. Pulsemon's evolution doesn't end here. As mentioned earlier in the video, he can evolve into many Digimon that take in data from sports, becoming cyclists, yoga instructors, swimmers, dancers, and more. All these adult forms can further evolve into perfect and ultimate forms interchangeably. Runnermon is an adult-level virus attribute beast-type Digimon that evolved using data from a treadmill. He can run through mountainous areas, swamps, and other places with poor footing without slowing down. However, what is particularly noteworthy about him is his stamina rather than his running ability or speed. He can run for long periods of time while maintaining top speed with almost no rest. His special attacks are Lightning Rush, which launches a lightning-fast charge from the enemy's blind spot at super speed, and Heartbeat Impulse, which shoots energy blades from his tail and cuts the enemy to pieces. Namakimon is an adult-level virus attribute puppet Digimon for whom eating and sleeping are the only joys in life. Even his name means sloth in Japanese. His excessive dislike of exercise has even erased Digimon's fighting instincts, and he has come to live in high places such as treetops so that no one can get close to him. Since he often clings to tree branches with both arms, he can use his long-developed tongue cleverly like a third arm. When an enemy approaches, he will repel them with Poop Throw, which hurls poop at them. He also has a close-range technique called Paralyze Lick, in which he licks with his tongue, which secretes a paralyzing poison, but he rarely has the opportunity to use it. Exermon is an adult-level data attribute Digimon that evolved from yoga instruction data. He mainly lives in high mountain areas and fights with his own style of martial arts that incorporates the unique movements of mollusks. He has an excellent sense of balance, supporting his own weight with the needles on his rear, and his core never wavers, no matter how awkward his position. He absorbs sunlight through his antenna and converts it into electrical energy inside his body. In battle, he confuses intruders with his telepathic ability Insect Mind, which is manifested using his antenna as a medium. His special attack is Defibrilla Shock, in which he touches his opponent with both palms, which act as positive and negative electrodes, and delivers an electric shock. Defibrillator is the device used to restore normal heartbeat through electric charges. Shootmon is a perfect-level vaccine attribute machine-type Digimon that evolved using data on various ball games from around the world. With a cannon that can shoot all kinds of balls in one hand, he plans to popularize ball games throughout the digital world. No matter if he's happy or angry, he approaches with the same smile, so Digimon who fear Shootmon gave him the nickname Laughing Demon Coach. His special attacks are Cannonball Shooter, which fires a ball from his cannon at speeds of over 300 km per hour, and Wild Pitch, which uses his elastic legs like a spring to charge at the enemy. Also, any Digimon that are hit by his Round Jail, which turns anything he touches into a ball, will be mercilessly shot out of the cannon. Tempomon is a perfect-level data attribute Birdman Digimon that evolved using dance music data. He's a born dancer who always moves to the rhythm and even dances while fighting. He's a performer who can dance to anything, from cheerful music to mellow, moody songs, and will get angry and go wild if his headphones come off or the music stops. He is proficient in rhythmic arts, a dance-style martial art that incorporates capoeira and martial arts. His special attacks are Howling Blast, which blows away opponents with a loud beat played from the speaker on his abdomen, and Upbeat Twister, which creates a roaring sound and a tornado with skillful footwork. Pistmon is a perfect-level virus attribute plant Digimon that evolved through a training program used by road racers. His body and bicycle-like wheels have been completely assimilated, giving him an incredible sense of balance that allows him to stay still even when not moving. The thorny vines that act as tires can transform, allowing him to travel quickly over rough roads without getting punctured. His special attacks are Bramble Shot, which fires thorns from his handlebars, Crimson Spores, which spews highly poisonous spores from the protrusions on his back, and Killing Cadence, which mows down multiple enemies with his giant wheels. Climbmon is a perfect level virus attribute insect type Digimon that evolved using bouldering course data. The pickaxes attached to his arms can be used not only to pierce things like cliffs, but also to hammer the kunai-like pitons hidden under his wings into hard rocks. He skillfully uses his pitons and pickaxes to stick to any bad spot, moving swiftly and gracefully like a ninja. He specializes in surprise attacks that allow him to sneak up on enemies silently using his mimicry technique Giton Isolation, which allows him to blend his body into his surroundings. His special attacks are Crack Hacken, his long-range attack where he throws pitons, and Dynamic Scyther, where he spreads his pickaxe-attached arm and spins around to slash away at enemies. Divemon is a perfect level data attribute Digimon that evolved from data obtained by studying the swimming styles of top swimmers. Although he has a mermaid-like appearance, he can move on two legs on land. His swimming speed is among the best among aquatic Digimon, and his 4 eyes never miss prey in the water. Contrary to his ferocious appearance, he has a spirit of fair play and pursues beautiful swimming. His special attacks are Fillet Blade, which cuts the enemy with the sharp fins all over his body, and Ripple Edge, which shoots compressed water like a blade. When Divemon is active on land, he activates Liquid Veil, which covers him with water armor and strengthens his physical abilities. This allows him to demonstrate the same strength as when he is underwater, even in places without water. Shroudmon is an ultimate level virus attribute demon-type Digimon that evolved after training beyond his limits. After repeatedly fighting like an Asura, he came to be known as a demon god. Asuras are a class of beings in Indian religions described as power-seeking beings related to benevolent devas known as Suras. The word means titan or anti-god. Shroudmon's mind is broken, and he has even forgotten why he sought strength in the first place. He is a true battle maniac who enjoys fighting with his fists and forces his fallen opponents to get up. His special attacks are Demon Speed Punch, which uses his iron fist to deliver a series of attacks that are too fast to notice, wrapped in a sinister aura, and Hellfire Kick, which uses a flaming roundhouse kick to reduce the surrounding area to ashes. His Devouring Thunder and Firebreaker, which fires black flaming energy bullets from both palms, boasts the highest single firepower a Digimon can produce. Achillesmon is an ultimate virus attribute Digimon that has evolved by mastering and knowing all kinds of sports from all around the world, past and present. Possessing all the mind, technique and body, he is a true seeker who is not arrogant about his robust strength and always trains. His extraordinary physical abilities leave him without any weaknesses, and he wins not only in sports, but also in battles without showing a single weakness. The shields equipped to his legs act as boosters and are widely used in a variety of ways, such as Wind Swept, which confuses the enemy with after images caused by his high-speed movements, and Asteroid, a lightning-fast kick technique. His special attack is Ruthless Spear, which throws a divine spear and reliably pierces the enemy's Digicore. Shivamon is an ultimate data attribute Digimon who has evolved after attaining enlightenment through yoga. He is a seeker of harmony with a calm mind and strictness that seeks to guide others. He shows his violent temper and mercilessly destroys those who lack courtesy or disturb harmony. The energy hidden within his body is as powerful as nuclear fuel, making him a god of destruction who can pulverize everything if necessary. His special attacks are Uniform Ray, which fires a spherical and powerful, unparalleled light energy from his palm, and Kamala Karma, which shoots the rings on his arms that can be freely transformed to blow away enemies. Also, the rainbow-colored barrier composed Devout Meditation that he wears while performing a yoga pose is impervious to most attacks, and only those who have gained strength through the power of yoga like Shivamon can break through this barrier. All his special attacks are inspired by principal Hindu gods like Kamala, which means lotus, and is another name of goddess Lakshmi, who appears in the center of the lotus, or states of consciousness achieved through yoga like Samadhi and Shanti. Which one of these Digimon is your favorite? Tell me in the comments below. If you want to support me, you can do so on Patreon or the Buy Me Coffee website. The links are in the description below. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for more Digimon videos. P.S. Make sure to follow my community page on YouTube, as I also post updates about upcoming videos there.